All right, this is 8.3 video notes. All right, so this is going to be really familiar from the previous video notes and tasks that you did in 8.4. 8.3 is slightly different, but still about algebraic expressions. So that's why I titled this Algebraic Expressions Continued, because it's just a continuation of these algebraic expressions. All right, now for this, I have two example problems. Now in real life, we have scenarios where we might know values of some things, but then not know the values of other things. And we have to use variables to put in place of those things that we don't know. And so for this, all I want is to come up with algebraic expressions for these scenarios. We're not going to solve for them because we don't know what the variable value is. Okay, so for the first one, this one says a daycare center has 2 baskets of dolls. One basket has 8 dolls, and the other basket has an unknown number of dolls in it. What expression can you use to represent the situation? So I want an expression that represents the number of dolls in both baskets, okay? And so in order to figure out how many, or to come up with an expression, right, the operation that we're going to use, we have 2 baskets, and we're just going to add up the number of dolls from one basket to the other. So we are going to use, first of all, we're going to use an algebraic expression for this. And we have 2 baskets, okay? So we have a basket here, and we have a basket here. Okay. And our first basket, we already know, has 8 dolls. Okay. And then our second basket has unknown. We don't know this. We don't know how many dolls the second basket has. So we're going to use the letter, I always like to use a letter that has to do with the problem. So we're going to use the letter D because D stands for dolls. So here we have 8 dolls. We already know how many we have in the first basket. We're going to add an unknown number, which means we're going to add D. D is our variable. So this would be our expression, 8 plus D. Okay. Now for this second situation, Kristen works at a supermarket. She wants to divide a box of apples equally among 3 displays. Let F represent the total number of apples, right? An algebraic expression that represents how many apples each display will have. Okay, we want the letter F to represent the total number of apples. Okay, so let's think about our displays. We have a basket of apples. We don't know how many apples there are because F represents that total number. We have our displays. We have our 3 displays, and they're of equal quantity of apples. Okay, so if this entire thing equals F, then how much does each of these sections represent? How much of the total is each of these boxes? Each of these boxes represents 1/3. We have 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Okay? So if we want to put that in terms of F, because we still don't know how many apples are in each of these displays, all we know is just 1/3 of whatever the apples are, is that we have to go multiply 1/3 times F like this, because we want 1/3 of F in each display. Just like this. Okay. So our expression will look something like this. Where we have 1/3 F plus 1/3 F plus 1/3 F. F representing the total number of apples.